All right, guys, we're bringing you to the final segment of the day. Everybody repeat after me. Ah, I know it sucks, but I had a lot of fun with you guys today, and I'm not going to start getting into that yet because after this segment, we'll tell you how sentimental we are about today. He promised me that he was going to push out a tear and make sure everybody knows. I'm just letting you know, okay? Introducing right now to really go over social media and video production and how to use it at a very high level. I've got Brian Offner and Gene Volta.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. What's up, brother?
What's up?
I think I'm not hot yet.
He came with a robe. I just want to point that out.
Yo.
Right there.
What's up? Freezing? I'll tell you what. Come take this off me.
I got you, brother.
Give it to the lady in the front row. Let's go. Give it to the lady in the front. Give it. She said she's cold. Yeah.
Hold on 1 second.
Yo.
Warm yourself up.
Where's Caesar? So I want to say this real quick. I heard Caesar say he's flipping 80 to 100 properties a year. That's crazy, right? I would like to also say I gained 80 pounds in March of this year, right? So
Facts.
I feel him. I feel what he's saying, yeah.
No, I believe you.
Oh, I know you do. All right. You've been telling me for a long time. All right. So listen, I am the digital architect. This is Captain Link Juice. He's going to go into it a little bit. We'll kind of explain what that is. But first, we're going to talk about some things you guys are going to walk out of here with. Unfortunately for you, some more action items.
Yeah. Like real action items.
Real action items.
Let's do it.
So we're going to talk about a couple things. He's going to tell you why we're here, who we are. We're going to talk about IR theory. You are not your audience. This is very important when we're talking about videos, right? And we'll explain this, but I need you to understand why it's important, that it doesn't matter whether or not you like your video. It's intended for your audience. I heard Tom say that earlier too, so you'll see that in a minute. Light versus heavy, and we're going to talk about creating your avatar. And I can't actually see the whole screen, but we'll get there, right?
We'll figure it out.
All right, go ahead.
All right, perfect. So I'm going to talk a little bit about who we are. My name is Brian Offner, a.k.a. Captain Link Juice. If you guys are familiar with the social media term at all, Link Juice, it's about connecting yourself with your market in order to grow your individual market. I seem to be pretty good at that, so he deemed me Captain Link Juice, so we'll talk about that. He's a digital architect. I'm going to take it back about 4 years ago. When I started this, I went in on some Grant Cardone, some Gary Vee stuff, and decided to go all in on social media. Some of you might be feeling that way today, right? You're all fired up. You're like, let's go. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do, but when I leave here, I'm going to do some shit. So I get it. I 100% get that feeling. So what we want to do is what's called pattern interrupt. I want to make sure that when you leave here today, you don't go back and do the same stuff you would have done yesterday. We got to create true pattern interrupt, and how we're going to do that is by implementing and doing some stuff that we otherwise wouldn't have done because we're all excited about today, and that's what we're going to talk about. So I hired a videographer to follow me around. I had no idea what the hell I was doing. I was like, just shoot a bunch of stuff, follow me around, we'll shoot some content. Fast forward about a year later, I'm running a credit, I saw some credit repair guys here. I'm running a credit repair business. I'm helping realtors grow their business. I have no idea what I'm doing. Let's just start pushing content out there to my network and see who's interested. Next thing you know, I got people who are interested in mortgages, people interested in real estate. I referred out about $4 million worth of real estate business in 2017. I met this guy at a KW office. I created Leading Apex Media. My guys are here now. I have 3 videographers. All we do is social media video content creation for our real estate partners. Free. 100% free.
What?
Here. Free dollars.
Wait, what?
Free dollars.
3 of them?
Free.
Free.
There's 3 and it's free. Why is it free? So I ended up partnering with a mortgage company, Annie Mac Home Mortgage, the community mortgage team. The strategy behind it was like, if we can help our real estate partners grow leveraging video and social media, you guys are the front line. Most mortgage companies, they don't have anything to offer you besides great rates and good service, right? Which is literally the bottom line, like, expectation from your mortgage team. But I was like, let's help the realtors grow their business. If we can help them grow, we can control the real estate, control the mortgage, control the marketing. So that was our strategy. My team created content. My issue was when I handed you back the content, none of you freaking did anything with it, right? So we create the content for the realtors, we give it to you. If you don't know what to do with it, it just sits. That's where Gene comes in, the digital architect. Gene has a company called GVI Media, specializes in content distribution. You know, he has this whole saying, if a tree falls in the woods and no one's there to hear it, did it happen? He will push your content out there and help you push the social media content. So I'll get into the light and heavy here in a second. But Gene, you want to tell them a little bit about GVI and what we do from that perspective?
No, so I think it's important to,
There you are. There's his avatar.
I just finally, is that you holding that clicker?
Yeah, I got it.
You're
I'm not giving it up.
We'll do the next one. Let's go.
All right, boom. It's your boy right here.
So this is part of the pattern interrupt. The robe is a joke, right? Like all the things that we do is all about capturing attention. If you guys are scrolling on your phone, why are you stopping to see that somebody has a house that's for sale or no? Well, there's no reason, right? For most cases, what do they say about realtors? We'll talk about this.
I'm going to save this for a second.
Okay. I won't ruin it. But basically, nobody cares that you're a realtor. I just screwed up his whole pitch.
You did.
I know.
My whole pitch.
Nobody cares you're a realtor until they need you as a realtor, right? So we have to stay in their world. So one of the things I always say is that you're going to be doing, assuming you want to be in the business for the next 12 years, you're going to be doing a settlement with somebody 12 months from now, right? How do you stay in front of them for the next 11 months and 30 days? Because by the time they don't know they need your service yet. They're going to need it at some point down the road. And when they do, are they going to think of you first, right? So real quick, a stat. Back in 2017, they did a study that said, you needed to be interrupted or see my logo or my services 8 times before you ever made a purchasing decision. COVID comes along, social media gets better. You think that number's still 8 or is it more like 40? It's 40, believe me. So when I started in this business, people would say, I post too much. And I'm here to tell all of you, it doesn't matter how many times you post or if you get your grandson to post for you and your whole army of his friends, you're not posting enough. You're not posting too much because somebody's not going to see you while you're quiet and while your social's dormant, right?
Yeah, and I'm going to talk about IR theory real quick. And like he said before, I promise you on Facebook, no one cares you're a realtor. I say this all the time. I promise you. Let me ask you a question. Raise your hand if your dentist in the middle of a procedure has ever stopped and said, "Hold on, let me grab a selfie real quick." A selfie of you getting a root canal and then posted it on Facebook, root canal, who's next? Like, so the realtors that do that, you're like, boom, just had a closing, I'm at work today, who's next? Like, look at who likes that comment. Like, just do a solid next time you post that. If you do it, if you're guilty, we're all guilty of it, we all do it. Take a look at who likes that post. It's not your next client. It's a 100% other realtors, people in your office, good job, you work today, you got some money. Like, so I'm not saying there's no point in that, but there kind of is. Your potential clients are not seeing that. So in IR theory, it talks about, there you go, no one cares you're a realtor. So the next part is they need a realtor. So how am I going to keep you engaged in my social media content so that when it is time for you to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, you're thinking of me. I stayed relevant in your world long enough so that when it's time to buy, you're there. My background's in family counseling and psychology, so you're going to hear me talk about your I a lot. I is who we are as individual. You guys are all here because of one role. You're a realtor. It's not who you are. It's not who you are as an individual. You're just one of your roles as a realtor. It doesn't make you who you are. So bring your I into your R. Show people your R, right? You're going to talk about, show people your other R's, right? If you look at my Facebook, if anyone's here friends with me, you'll see my kids, you'll see my wife, you'll see we travel, you'll see the things I like, and then you'll also know, hey, I can also help you buy, sell, or invest with marketing, anything to do with real estate. I'm not going to stay on your Facebook page because you're a realtor. I'm not. I'm going to stay on your Facebook page because your content's engaging, keeps me there, and oh yeah, when it's time to buy, sell, or invest, oh, I'm still following Megan. She's great. Let me give her a call. She's still relevant in my world. But I promise you, people are unfollowing your stuff if all you talk about is real estate. Another big thing, you are not your audience. Gene will talk a little bit about this.
Let me ask you about your R real quick, if I can. So,
Yeah.
Your R has a couple things that you, like, you know how you danced during the days at Hunkomania in New York?
Yeah, that's my cash flow.
Do you do
my walk around money?
That's your walk around money. Do you do that? Like, is that on your social media as well?
Yeah, I don't really bring that up so much because it's like it's.
Does anybody know what Hunkomania is in New York? Okay, who said that? Loud and proud. I love it over here. It's a male strip club. In case anybody else doesn't
Thursday
know.
nights.
It was fun. So here's what I was talking about in the beginning of this. You're not your audience. Oh,
Sorry, I backed it up.
go ahead. Right. How many people think 4-minute videos are too long? Yeah?
For you
All
to
right.
watch.
For you to watch. So here's what I say to folks. I know people, you're probably watching Netflix right now for 26 minutes, right? That's a video. You got a show. There's a show that you like, right, that you're in tune with. This is stuff you're watching. You probably have a favorite person or personality that you watch that you might watch a 4-minute video of, right? Here's what I'm saying. People make this mistake. I used to do video tours for real estate agents, and we would come back with a 3-minute and 49-second video of a 2,600 square foot house. And they would call me and they would say to me, "That's too long, nobody's gonna watch it." And I go, "How about this? You let me do the video and you do the real estating." And they would say, "What does that mean?" And I go, "Let me ask you a question. Are you gonna buy that $500,000 house?" "Well, no." "Well, then why the hell would you watch a 4-minute video about it?" There's somebody out there that will watch that 4-minute video, because if you think about from their context, they can either watch that 4-minute video and either qualify or walk away from it, or they can get a sitter for the dog, and then they can figure out where the kids are going to go, take the 40-minute ride, meet you, get there to realize they don't want to be in that house, and then go home and get the dog out of. A 4-minute video is perfectly fine. Here's what I will tell you. You will have analytics in whatever platform you decide to go all in on, and we'll talk about that. Those platforms will tell you what it is that you need to know, what's working and what's not working, right? Here's the biggest thing you need to know. Everybody's audience in here is different than the person sitting next to you. His audience is different than mine, which means that my clientele and my audience is looking for different things from me than they are from him. Where a 4-minute video might work for him because his people are saying, "We love these 4-minute clips, let's go," mine might not like it. They might be into the shorts. So what I got to do is watch where I'm losing those viewers and tailor my content to that, what they're telling me, right? So in your world, and at the end of this, we're going to hit you with a fire hose, right? We're going to hit them with a fire hose at the end. You got to give these people what they want. So one of the examples I always talk about is go out and do those videos at your open house, right? So like we're going to talk about doing your personal stuff and doing your real estate related things. Go do your videos at your open houses. Do 5 of them. If all of them have 1 view, that's okay. Somebody saw it, right? And they're following you. That's okay. That thing has to grow over time. But if that next video has 84 views, you need to look internally and go, "Wait, what just happened here? I need to figure out why that happened." And what I always say is we go back and we'll review it. Was it the pink shirt you were wearing? Was it the angle you were standing? Maybe your right side's better than your left. Figure that stuff out. During the open house, was there a cat that ran behind you on the counter? Maybe there's some animal lovers in your circle. Go out and buy a cat and bring it with you to all your open houses. This is what your people are telling you they want, because they stop their day to engage. 85 people stop their day to engage in that video, and now it's our job to figure out why that's the case, whether it's 4 minutes or 82 seconds, right, which is a minute and some seconds. I can't do the math.
No.
Right, whatever that is, you got to figure that out. And believe me when I tell you that if you stay consistent across the board and do this, your audience will tell you what it is they want to see from you, and then you go hard on that content, on that platform and that content. Let me say one more thing real quick, because we will talk about platforms, which one at the end. Your platform's going to tell you too. So if I sat down with you and did an audit of your digital presence, you would say to me, and I'm making this up, I spend 98% of my time on Facebook, but I get the most engagement on Instagram. Well, guess what we're doing? We're shifting, because Instagram's saying it's active, it's an active community. I still want you to do stuff on Facebook. But if the people in your area are active on your Instagram account, the algorithm is going to serve you better there, because Instagram sees that and goes, "These people like Brian on Instagram, and so maybe some of their friends will too." And organically, that video will get to more people without you having to pay for it. Right? So that's important.
That picture of you's awkward.
That picture of me is beastly. That is me, actually, lifting a lot of weight.
Yeah, he does CrossFit, if you can't tell.
Why are you laughing? I work hard at that.
So one topic I talk about a lot is light versus heavy. Light, right? So if it's light, it's right. If it's heavy, you're not going to do it. So it's really important to identify different things in your business that come easy to you and that are heavy to you, right? So light is right, run from heavy. So prime example is, think about like transaction coordinating, right? So I'm also a licensed real estate agent. In the process of helping all you guys grow your business, I was like, let me try it with my network. So I'll do 6 to 8 million, matter of factly, a year, just kind of testing things that I tell you to do in your market space into my market space. And the biggest thing that I took away from light and heavy is like, hey, what am I good at? What where's my highest and best? I call it your rock star moment too, right? So if you're coming out, I'm on stage, I like being out here, it's my rock star moment. What is it in the transaction that you love doing, and what do you actually dread doing? And for me, it was transaction coordinating. Like after inspections, boom, I don't want to touch a file, let me know when closing is, right? So get a transaction coordinator to do those things that come light to them. If I tried to get my transaction coordinator to go sell properties and be the front end and take phone calls, it's super heavy to her. So it's perfect. Create something that is light for you, that you're good at, and anything that comes heavy to you, find somebody to fill that gap. We had a couple speakers today talking about, different type of assistants, different types of people to fill that gap of things that come heavy to you. The other thing I talk about a lot is the other side of suck, right? So most things we have to do, there are some things that we have to do that not necessarily are heavy, but just suck. So we got to get on the other side of suck and think about running. You go for a run, it sucks, but on the other side of running, it's a benefit to your physical health. There's some things in your business that are the same way. Picking up the phone, calling people, it might suck, but at the end of the day, you have to do it. And that's what's going to help you take your business to the next level, is get uncomfortable and get on the other side of suck.
So last
Create
thing
your
here,
avatar.
before we get into the tips and tricks, is to create your avatar. Hit that one for me. So I want you all to take, if you've been in the business for 12 months, here's what I want you to think about. Over the last 12 months, who was your favorite client? And what I mean by that is, where did you make the most money? It was the easiest transaction. They had the greatest credit. They were fun to deal with, like all that stuff, right? You probably have one or two of those people in your circle. Now what I want you to do is back into that. And I want you to think, actually, you don't even have to think about it. You could call them and ask them these questions. But what I want to know is, where do they spend the majority of their eyeball time during the day? Is it Pinterest? Is it Instagram? Is it TikTok, right? So now you know where they live. If I would say to you, wouldn't you like 12 more of Karen's? Right? Karen's probably the worst one to use when we're talking about your favorite transaction coordinator, right? But wouldn't you want 12 more of your cousin Karen because you guys were drinking wine, it closed smoothly, all that good stuff, right? And you go, hell yeah. And I go, okay, where does Karen live? Right here. Where does she live? And you go, I think she told me she's on Pinterest. All right, how many times have you posted on Pinterest? I'm not. We'll get there. Because there are other people like Karen, right? Their demographic that are on Pinterest. And I just use Pinterest as an example. That's one of the most important things, is that you know, back into it, right? Sort of like your consumer. What are they searching for? What are they looking at? And then you got to provide that to them, right? So in this case, who is your favorite client? Where do they spend most of their eyeball arbitrage time? And then you got to get into there and go hard on it so that you're capturing their attention and pattern interrupting on that. All right, Fire Hose 10. Are we good?
We're going to wrap it up quick.
Okay? Okay.
All right.
Listen, when he's standing on the edge of the stage like this, I don't know how I feel about it. I feel a little,
No, so here's your actionable items, and we'll wrap it up quick, but we want to walk you through real quick. Everyone's talked about tonight, it doesn't take a lot of equipment to get yourself in a position to start taking video. Here's a little trick and a hint, just to remind you. Everybody knows what you look like, and everybody already knows what you sound like, right? So get on freaking video. It's your own head trash that's stopping you from doing it. I promise you, just start putting it out there. You're going to get a lot more attention putting yourself on video. We do a strategy called the Best Of. We run multiple Facebook pages called Best of Quakertown, Best of Mainline, Best of LBI. There's so many that we do where we go out and spotlight businesses. I'm telling you, there's so much money to be made by building relationships with business owners, and that's i.e. link juice. So I want to know the business owner, and I want the juice to his entire network so that when anything buy, sell, or invest comes up, they're thinking of us. Reach out to us. We'll talk about the Best Of strategy. Go ahead with creating a foundation.
We'll go ahead and flip it. We'll just talk about the digital footprint brand review. So one of the things we like to do is sit with our folks, right? So at the end of this, there's going to be a QR code. And we invite you to take a picture of that QR code and sign up with us for a 30-minute free Zoom interview where we'll do a digital audit for you. And what we'll do is we'll go incognito, we'll go private browsing, we'll do a search on keywords that you think affect your business, and we'll see what the average consumer who doesn't know you is seeing. And then we'll work backwards to tell you what the next steps are for you to be able to fix that, right? So right now, if somebody were to Google real estate in Passaic, New Jersey, are you coming up? No. Why not? And we can fix that, right? So start with your foundation, make sure your information's correct across the board, and then we'll help you with that.
Yeah, we'll jump through these things. As far as one action step, literally that you could implement tomorrow, maybe tonight, you could still pull it off, is challenge the lead, where you go live on Facebook every day for the next 30 days.
I want to leave that out there. I want to talk this real quick.
Boom. Do it.
It's a 30-day live challenge, but it's like Tom Ferry said, it's a little bit different. We're going to challenge you. Sign up for that, and we're going to actually walk you through that privately.
Okay.
We're going to walk you through that privately. So hit the website, realtorassessment.com
If you go to
is the website.
realtorassessment.com. Actually, you could probably bang that QR code too real quick.
Either or.
And sign up for a quick, 30-minute one-on-one.
No
We'll walk
strings
you through all
attached.
this stuff. Yeah, we'll show you how to do these, implement these things to get your business moving to the next level, and how to leverage social media and video to grow your business.
One more time, hand for Rudy and the boys.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. We appreciate you.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Thank you, man. I